you want?
Bagged milk. Bagged milk. Bagged milk.
Oh, I swear.
Oh, bagged milk.
And I'm hungry like
Bagged milk.
Mr. Bagged Milk from Oilers Nation, how are you doing today?
Doing well. It is a lovely gray day in the city. What's not like?
Yeah, this is kind of weird weather. Oilers managed to pull it out last night in overtime. Pretty sloppy, though, hey?
It's, listen, that wasn't the prettiest win we'll ever see, but as the Steve Miller Band said, sometimes you take the money and run. Listen, Montreal did a good job. They were scrappy. They were feisty. They were all over the Oilers. They were pushing the pace. So the Oilers honestly were lucky to grind out that win. And, you know, it's unfortunate they gave up the 2-goal lead in the second period, but they got the job done. It just wasn't the prettiest win you'll ever see.
Yeah, as long as you get to win, I guess that's all that really matters. It's just you like to see them crush those teams that they should be beating. You know, like you get Montreal
100%.
coming in. They had just lost to the Flames, and you're like, crush them, please. Just put them out of the
Well, and it kind of looked like it was going to be that way. In their first period, McDavid was buzzing. They got that early goal. It looked like things were starting to come together. And then, again, to Montreal's credit, you got to tip your cap to them. They just kind of went about their business and kept hustling. And it didn't matter what the score was. They just kept working hard. So you got to give them a little bit of credit for it.
Also, yeah, it is nice to win those games, too, where you got to grind. Maybe where things aren't going right, things are sloppy, but you still manage to get the win. Maybe tomorrow night, they got another kind of weaker team coming into town, the Sabres here tomorrow night. So maybe they'll stomp on them for us.
Well, there's that. And also, listen, the Oilers better go into that game with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder because the last time they played the Sabres, not that long ago, the Oilers blew a lead and ended up losing that game. So
that's right.
Time to repay the favor. Time to stomp them. Let's go. We've got, this one game left at Rogers Place, and the boys hit the road, I think.
Yeah,
I think
then
that's correct on the schedule.
They're in Toronto. And on Saturday, they go to Toronto and then Ottawa, Winnipeg, and then they're back home. But, yeah, so they gotta put the boots to the Sabres tomorrow night.
It's one of those things where, like, you can't pass up opportunities like that because really the Canucks aren't that far away for first place in the Pacific Division.
No.
It's doable. The Oilers, if they keep winning and the Canucks keep sliding, and remember, Vancouver lost Thatcher Demko for a while. He's listed as week to week, so that could be anything from, like, a couple of weeks to a month. So there's an opportunity here to catch Vancouver, but they're going to need to win games like the one they did last night and the games against the Sabres tomorrow. Got to grind some wins together here, but totally doable. First place is there.
Plus, Vancouver's played 3 more games, so the Oilers have a few games to catch up there against them, too. The rule changes. Have you had a chance to look over those? Any of those sticking out to you? You concerned about any of them?
Yeah, the only thing I'm really concerned about is just adding more opportunities for coaching reviews.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes those slow the game down so much. So, like, I'm fine with reviews and getting the play right. And as long as they get it right, that's perfect. But, man, some of these reviews take so long. I almost wish they would have put in a cap on how long the review could actually take. Because sometimes you're just sitting there for 5-10 minutes to review an offside, and now there's just more options for reviews. So that's my only concern. I think that if the goal is to get it right, it makes sense. But it's going to delay the games a little bit.
That's what I was saying too. Like, do we need to make the games later? We got an 8:00 start. Do you need to add more time onto the end of that game because we're reviewing whether or not a puck touched somebody's stick to go over the glass or whatever? But
exactly.
hopefully it's not too bad.
Hey, Bagged Milk, on nationgear.ca, you've got a memorial auction going on?
Yeah, for our boy Robin Brownlee. He passed away back in January. We're trying to raise a little bit of money for his family and help pay some of the bills that come up when tragedy happens. So nationgear.ca, we got an auction item right now to come hang out, spend the day at Nation HQ and hang out with the boys and be on one of our live shows, Oilers Nation every day.
Nice.
Tyler and Liam. So we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna go. You know, the winner is gonna go for lunch. Gonna hang out with the boys. Gonna be on the show, give some takes, and all the money is gonna be going to the Brownlee. So we're trying to raise a little bit of money. NationGear.ca. There's still 3 days left, or about 2.5 days left in that auction. So head on over there and send a bid.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Your hot takes on camera.
I'm looking at it right now. It's at about $550, so you can go nationgear.ca. Bid on that, help out the Robin Brownlee family, and hang out with the boys at Oilers Nation. There might be a couple pops in there as well, maybe.
You might get a couple of pops. We'll keep you hydrated.
Thank you, Bagged Milk from Oilers Nation.
Thanks, boys.